Hi guys, welcome to Cumbrian Lad Outdoors and welcome to today's video. Today we are chasing Storm Ashley to get a cheeky wild camp in. You can just see the very tail end of Ullswater there by Glenriddin, and somewhere down here is Patterdale where I've parked up, and we're heading up Placefell. The weather today is nothing short of exceptional for this time of year. Bright sunshine, fairly warm, although there's a little bit of a nip in the air. So it's too nice an evening to miss out on a bit of wild camping. However, Storm Ashley is due to start coming in somewhere between 3 and 4 in the morning. The wind speeds are going to be picking up to above 40 miles an hour then. The rain starts around about 7, with the winds picking up towards the 50-60 miles an hour. So my plan for today is to get myself up Placefell, have a nice chill out there, enjoy the beautiful evening with the views, get myself to bed nice and early so I can get up early in the morning, quickly get myself down to the car and get myself home before the worst of it lands. At the moment we're just following this very start of the ascent. The path is twisty twiny, and somewhere up here is Placefell Summit, as I've already said, the destination for today's wild camp. So without further ado, let's get it done. The path so far is quite steep, but because it meanders, it's not too bad at all, and consequently the views are starting to open up nicely. Definitely a higher view of the tail end of Ullswater now. Beautiful mountain ranges. And just looking over Brothers Water towards the Kirkson Pass is looking absolutely idyllic. And hopefully the views from up top will be even better. And that's the first bit of the ascent completed. As you can see, we've reached a lovely flat spot, and if we followed that path there, that would take us up to Angletarn Pikes and Angletarn. However, we will be going that way. At the moment, beautiful and still in this little gap with some lovely Cumbrian autumnal colours on shore. At the moment, like I say, we're in this little dip. There's not much of a wind, but on the ascent so far there's a little bit of that nip in the air that I was talking about, so I still feel the need to keep my thin fleece on, but as you can see I am starting to sweat. So we'll have a couple of minutes here, take on some water, and then we'll crack on. I'm a good bit up that second part of the ascent now, and I'm breathing quite heavy. The path continues to zigzag, but as you can see the incline has got an awful lot steeper. But once again, these views, man, they just keep opening up. Beautiful clear skies still, but look at this. Bright sunshine right over Brothers Water and up the Kirkson Pass. Absolutely stunning. Definitely too good to be missing out on a cheeky wild camp today. I just hope my plan of beating Storm Ashley works out in my favour. We are not too far away from the summit at all now. Oh, that last little bit was steep. I'm sweating hard and breathing up my backside. But just that summit there, that's the destination for tonight. However, should there not be a pitch up top, this little area here is going to act as a perfect backup that I know I can come back down to. That's the last part of the major ascent done. We're now on the undulating flat to the finish line. You can see just how steep that last little bit was, but the views make it worth it for every second. Tail end of Ullswater is now back in view, and you can see the trig point just over there. We're going to go and tap that and then start looking for a pitch for the night. As you can hear, the wind is starting to pick up as well. Oh, just the last little bit to go now. And this has got to be the weirdest place for a trig point I've ever seen in my life. It's covered in jaggy rocks, but we can see Place fell. Done and boshed it, mate. Wow. Right, I've got myself off those jaggedy rocks. Like I say, it's like a mini striding edge getting over to that. But look at this, Brothers Water just out of view now. Absolutely stunning. A tiny little tarn there. I think it'll be too small to have a name. Probably more of a big puddle. And then we've got Hallam Fell and Ullswater in view just there. I think that one there will be steel knots, and I needn't to worry about places to pitch the tent. There's loads here, absolutely loads. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and look for a place to get the chair out. It's took me an hour and 25 minutes to get up here, so that's not too bad. So it's now 20 to 2 and I've got till 6 o'clock before the sun goes down. So the chair's going up, I'll get my rucksack down, sit out for a few hours before I get the tent up. I've been sat here for a few hours now, just taking the views in. The clouds did come over for a little bit and the wind did pick up and it was quite cold, hence the reason I've got my down jacket and my hat on, but that wind seems to have subsided temporarily. And this little pitch just below the trig point on Place Fell is going to do me a treat. Sun is starting to go down. There's the trig point. And I've got myself set up and I'm in my original Scarp one. I do have a few little changes that I want to make to the Ultra before I start using it. The guy that I bought it off has changed the tie-out points and I don't particularly like them. I'd want to change them back to exactly how this is. So I'm going to do that before she makes her first maiden voyage proper. With the winds coming in the early hours of the morning, I needed something that I could trust. And I know the original Scarp one will handle it well. Usual setup inside. Summit Etherlight XT Extreme, the premium Aeros pillow and my OEX Leviathan EV900. I got 8 Bud Zeros in B&M in Penrith for £4. I only brought 6 with me, so I've had a couple. Absolute bargain of the century, that. And Tactical Duck is keeping a close guard on them. If you know, you know. Me Jetboil there. Tea tonight, as promised, is cooked in the Mylar bags. So we've got stir-fried beef in a chilli and garlic sauce with curry noodles and a Yeti Lifesaver breakfast for morning. And both of those bags are packed, so I am not going to go hungry at all. And it's not a bad view out the tent, is it? Look at that. Whether we'll get a sunset tonight or not, we'll just have to wait and see. I can see it starting to cloud over as I've shown you, so we'll just have to suck it and see. I'll probably give it an hour and then it is definitely time to get some food on the go. My stomach is starting to rumble. We've got Go Barra Fell there, Great Mel Fell, Little Mel Fell. I've already pointed out Hallam Fell and I think that's steel knots there. It's great to come somewhere new and you're just literally pointing out all the places that you've camped. There's probably a few others that I can see from here as well, but I maybe don't recognise them from this particular angle. Right, chill out a little bit more I think, and then it's definitely food time. This is just how I like my camps. Get up here nice and early, put the rucksack down, get the chair set out, sit down and just take it all in. It's been a really good camp so far this. The weather continues to be really nice. It's still beautifully sunny. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit, although it's probably gusting somewhere around about there 14 to 15 miles an hour I reckon, but it is cold. And I've been sat out for quite a while, so as you can see I've decided to get back in my tent. I've still got this beautiful view. Look at that. What a view to have me tea to. Time to fire the Jetboil up. Oh, it smells good. I am loving these straight to wok noodles as well. They do make life easy. Look at that, beef, noodles and veg. Like I say, this is packed, so I've got myself a good portion. So good. So good. We are starting to lose the light a little bit now as well. From what I can see, the sky's still nice and clear, but it does look a bit dull that way. Right, I'm going to finish my tea and then I'm going to start doing a little bit of editing, dumping all the stuff off the camera and what have you. But I will, as normal, bring you back one more time before it's bedtime. Right guys, it's pitch black outside and it's currently coming up to 7:20. So if I'm going to stick to my plan and make this plan work of getting up early and beating Storm Ashley, I need to get my head down. Enjoy the footage I've got for you overnight and we'll see you in the morning.
Deep within, here we go, but somehow I'm caught in the middle. Is this the end before we've even begun? Should I work against the flow? A drop in the ocean so endless, reaching for our moments miles above. I just need one. Diving in to all this endless space, falling stars, but still I see you. Sweet escape, a lovely start, but letting go's the hardest part. Swimming in this deep, deep blue. Hold my breath, looking up. Life moves in waves that keeps changing. Catch a glimpse of what was you and me. It's gone again. Sinking in, back on the shore. One foot in front of the other. Close my eyes and feel you hold my hand just like you used to back then. These hopes dance high like sparks before they go out. But in that second, you're still mine. Diving in to all this endless space, falling stars, but still I see you. A sweet escape, a lovely start, but letting go's the hardest part. Swimming in this deep, deep blue. I know I'm floating on this dream, but soon comes morning. For now I'll embrace our wondrous sea. Diving in to all this endless space, falling stars, but still I see you. Sweet escape, a lovely start, but letting go's the hardest part. Swimming in this deep, deep
everyone. It's currently 4 o'clock in the morning. My normal body clock's woken me up, and as you can probably hear, the wind is starting to pick up with no rain, which is good. So far my plan for beating Storm Ashley is working perfectly. I want to get my breakfast on quickly, eat that, quickly pack up, and then get myself back to the car. Breakfast time. Better. As you can probably hear, the wind's not too bad, but it's definitely starting to pick up. And as my breakfast's been cooking, I've made a start packing up as well, just to make things a little bit quicker. Right, time to go and finish my breakfast. And like I say, I'm not hanging about this morning. Once I've done that, the tent will be down and I'll be heading back to the car and beat this storm. It's currently 5:20 in the morning with no rain yet, but that wind is really starting to ramp up. The rucksack's packed and ready to go. That's the area where I had my tent last night. That's my rucksack with the rubbish bag attached to it. So as always, and it should be, we'll be leaving no trace behind. Right, it's time to get my backside back to the car, and I'll bring you back then to sign the video off properly. 50 minutes to get back to the car at Patterdale, so I'm pretty happy with that. At the top of that initial climb before you get to the undulating flat that takes you to the summit, there's a bit of a scramble, and getting down that scramble was difficult. The wind was howling, but I would say maybe another 20 minutes after that on the descent, nothing. There's not a breath of wind here in Patterdale at all. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going to call that a successful storm dodge, and it just goes to show, with a bit of planning and preparation and forethought, you know, you can still get out and enjoy the outdoors with some bad weather coming. Like I've already said in the video, yesterday was too nice a day and evening to miss out on the camping. So happy days. And that's me just ready to get myself away home. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this one. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. So once again, until next time, stay safe, much love from a Cumbrian lad.